All right, everyone. Um, so this is a backtesting session, just some charting. I've just got a few minutes, and we will use that, and I will publish this video because you know um, this is your education basically. The more you practice, the better you get, and it must be muscle memory at some point. You can't even think about what you do, what you see. It just needs to flow, and the rest is just psychology, risk management, and keeping those things in check, which is the most important thing. But nevertheless, today is about charting. So let's just dive into this. So I've basically got two lists. So one for futures and miners and some Bitcoin, and the other list is basically the main pairs. So let's just get over this. So again, what we are looking for is internal to external, mostly, sometimes the other way around. Mm. And we'll always start from the weekly. So this is crude oil. Now obviously today's election day, election night, so anything can happen. So keep that in mind with some messy price action before. But yeah. So we start with crude oil. That's the weekly. Yeah, it's just some very big consolidation. Let's go on the daily. So we basically had a shift here and rejected at the top in the middle of this bearish move. This is an internal level, the 4-hour time frame. So basically when price came back, we didn't know anything because it just rejected, could go lower. Well, anything's possible. Then we see this huge range created. This is the internal level. And price, yeah, basically just reacted here. And we've got this auto block. So should you enter, could you do something like this? But you must respect this low. Keep this wick in mind. Don't be greedy. Yeah. What should you target? Well, basically this top, but we've got this internal level first where price reacted and went lower. So just keep that in mind. Now here's another entry. Beautiful trade just a few days ago, last week. Yeah, and this is this week. So in sight of US election, crude oil is rising. Now natural gas, yeah, nothing yet here. You could have played the rejection here. So we had this internal level. Here you had the break. Here's some internal level. Let's have a look on the weekly. On the weekly it could be clearer. Yeah. So this is the weekly level. There's the rejection. Yeah, So price came into this weekly level very beautifully, as you can see, and then shifted, kind of came back, and so after the shift there's another internal level, target the newly created low, and then the target basically. So that's it. Now the DAX, the German 40. Let's stop them all. So we're in a nice uptrend, obviously. So that's weekly, the daily. Yeah. Got this level here on the daily. And we got this small imbalance right here. So this is where price is at. Yeah, it's very clear on this time frame. So we did not have a shift here yet. That was the top. And price came into this. We've got another internal right here. Here we go. Here's a shift, and so you could have entered right around here. Put the stop below here or here, and then target this, which is a nice ratio. This is good, and it did not take long. It's just a few hours. That's beautiful. Now let's move on. So again, I will just draw it freshly for you each time. So this is a huge range we're in. I actually know a few weeks ago when this happened, I was looking for buys. So we're in a nice uptrend. Price has already reacted to this internal level. There we go. Then we got this internal level right here. Here it's a little bit more clear, 4 hour time frame. Now we've already shifted here, so this is the high which we target. Yeah, and here we got the shift. So this is very beautiful trade. You know, put the stop below here and then target this, which is a nice ratio. There you go. And then again, like once price reaches these critical areas, you can secure the trade, put it to break even, whatever, and always keep the mitigations in mind. What do we got? So here, just mark this UK 100. There we go. So it's clearly ranging for basically this whole year, half the year. We've just reacted to this low. Nothing I would trade, but nevertheless, you know, we've just reacted, shifted, and got this internal again. So it's highly likely that we will take out this external here. And so basically here, same thing, small internal. And same thing, yeah, once we break here, like target this. Now huge uptrend. So here's a low. Yeah, so price is very, very bullish long term. It's just some small term change of trend to grab liquidity from internal to external again. Yeah, and it just shifted here. So there is nothing yet. So we've got this one which already got mitigated. We've got this one, same thing. So price now has actually tapped into this. So should we close above here, we could potentially go higher. If not, we could potentially tap into the lower ones. So right now it's pretty much undecided, so nothing here. Yeah, that's cool, isn't it? So here, same thing. So yeah, we made a new high, then changed the market structure. We've got this internal level here, then changed, came down here lower. You see how that works? So you can actually make a lot of money off of this if you are patient. So yeah, here right now before the election, nothing obviously. So it just takes time. And yeah, it's just reacting to this inner level. So nothing here yet. Let's move on. Should be similar. So yeah, basically had an opportunity up here. And then again, price is just moving to these internal levels. So we just shifted here and then back into this internal level. Now let's have a look at Bitcoin, which should be interesting. Yeah, man, Bitcoin is rallying. Just around all-time highs. So that's cool. This whole thing is an internal level, by the way. So there is an internal level. So we're actually very bullish on this. So we had this internal level here on Bitcoin. Same thing here, like price all the time reacts to this internal to external. It's just how price moves. Yeah, as you can see, this is the precise auto block, last unmitigated one where we react. It's just like clockwork. And there's basically the shift, but this is a huge area, so we must push higher. So where could you have gotten in? Well, there's the internal level with precision. Now, again, we had to break above here because this was the last low high that broke to the downside. So there is this shift actually. And here's a micro shift and you're in a level. And where did price come into? Obviously, it's like clockwork. Very, very cool. And so stop below there, and then you can target this, say 1 to 2, pretty nice. But now it broke higher, so it's election, so be cautious. But this is, yeah, you could basically target all-time highs. Ethereum, let's have a look. So as you can see on the weekly, rejection, not yet the shift on the weekly. And we've just touched this last unmitigated level. There's the internal level. It's a pretty interesting price action at this point. So obviously on Ethereum we are bearish as of now until we break this and then this low resistance liquidity. So just nothing and bearish for the moment. Let's have a look. Notice the rough price action on GBP, Swiss franc. Yeah, pretty messy price action before the election. As you can see, huge accumulation phases for days, for weeks. Yeah. So long term until we break above here. We are bearish right now. We've tapped into this. You can see clear rejection and boom, pushing higher. Yeah, you could basically do something like this. This is not a good ratio. Takes time. There we go. All right, let's have a look at the minor. USD Mexican peso. Well, this pair will be heavily affected by the election too. Obviously, because you have both. You have the dollar and Mexican peso. Mexico, very important neighbor to the US. Heavily reliant on the US, so yeah, it will be interesting. I'm not predicting anything at this point. Yeah, to be honest, just ignoring this pair. It looks like we could go lower, but who knows? Nothing here yet. All right. Yeah, here, as you can see, the Swedish krona, same thing. So we tapped into this, had a shift, and then you just had to be patient. It's ran for the whole of October, and yeah, that's it. With these miners, oftentimes they just run, so they don't come back a lot. They just run. What is South African rand? We're clearly in a downtrend. We've shifted weekly. Price came into these internal levels. Like this is all low resistance liquidity basically. Just getting crushed. So price was just reacting to this. It's not all the time that price comes into these internal levels right away, or even precisely. Sometimes it's close enough if it's just near, but most of the time it does. So here, multiple opportunities to get in. So either like this, like this, or around here. Now obviously the ratio would be much better if you micromanage and then wait for the break here, and boom, it runs. Interesting. Just reacted to this weekly level. Now should we break above here, we'll continue. At least that's what I would expect. Yeah, you gotta be careful with these miners, so there's nothing yet. It's just, yeah, not interesting. USD knock. So price has reacted to this level. This would be a counter trend trade, not interested in this, but here, very nice opportunity to get involved here. Yeah, it just pushed higher. So that's a nice thing about miners. They tend to stay in long-term swing trends. So obviously in a downtrend, very messy price action. Actually want to look at another thing. So there's the internal level. Should reach this point. Could have done this just in 1-to-1, so not really interested. But then again, same thing here. And as you can see, it just works over and over again. So there's the auto block. You've got a shift on this time frame. You could even go on the 15-minute and have a look. So once we shift it above here, it's basically the same thing. There we go. So yeah, nothing interesting here yet. That's some very rough price action on this one. Can't even. Yeah, clear accumulation down here, but just wasn't very clear. Yeah, some monthly stuff, but yeah. So yeah, I could have entered down here, but again, ignoring this pair for now because yeah, I don't see it clearly. Now, let's have a look at this pair. Clearly in a uptrend. All right, so nice internal level to fill. Here we got a shift. There you go. So it's a long-term trade to the upside, but it's very, very messy price action, so not a big fan. There you go. So based off of the higher time frame, yeah, I could have entered down here. Now it's just, yeah, pre-election, whatever. Let's move on to the main pairs. So let's first start with the dollar index. In the middle of nowhere, it's reacting at this level. There you go. So we have the potential for price should it close below to go much lower. But then again, it's kind of in the middle. And it's election, so anything is possible. Could do anything. With EU, it's just the other way around, reversed. So yeah, big potential to go up, to go much higher. So this is the internal level. What happened? We just got a shift here, and then what happened? Why this move and then a gap? Well, because another internal level. There you go. Why did price react here? Another internal level. It's always the same. So we can consider this level a last lower high. And so the break of this, yeah, it could be a first indication and so on. So here a very, very risky trade. Yeah, better choice would have been here in this internal level, putting a stop below here, like this. So this is the potential for a trade, long-term trade, and yeah. Could have even entered once we broke above here again. And then target the same thing. Oh yeah, GU just broke too. So we've just tapped into this internal level very dramatically, fast move, and then we got shifts, and then price comes up and same thing. So you could have entered here or here, just the same move. On gold, there's this internal level and this low. So should we break above here, we go higher. So for gold, it's just a little bit early. Let the election play out. Yep. Here we had this trade down lower and now it's pushing up. Here on US 30, we have just tapped into this internal level. Now should we break above here, we could go all the way up. And on a micro level, we just broke here. So that's, there you go. Same thing here. Yeah, looks like they expect a winner, could be Trump, and hence they expect higher prices. Either way, they expect a strong US economy, at least in the short term, for the election speculation. So yeah, could go higher. Same thing across the board. Now, GJ is a little bit tricky because we haven't broken above this level, which means we could go lower. We're just ranging basically, but on a micro scale we indicated that we want to go higher, so it's not, and here we kind of broke, so it's not totally clear. We could also go lower first and then up, so nothing yet, but either way, here was a nice trade. So, AUD USD, weekly internal level, Here are some internal levels. So yeah, overall pretty nice movement, and potentially we could shift, but again, before election it's just not clear. And you see that happening a lot of times, that before big news events it's oftentimes not clear, because the big showing that the big participants are not decided yet. So here again looks like we're about to push higher again, but it's not clear. Not clear at this point. Yeah, just in the middle of nowhere, reacting. So I'm just moving a little bit faster at this point. So obviously this is highly bullish, but in the short term we could reach some levels. So we were just in this consolidation for a month, basically, for a whole month, and then price moved higher. And that's the cost of a good trade. Yeah, not a fan of the Swiss franc. This, on the other hand, had crazy movements. To be honest, I still wasn't really looking at the monthly order clock, because it just reacted on a monthly order clock. And so we just took out the high and shifted. So USD CAD about to drop again. Yeah, huge potential. So Japanese yen was a bit tricky these last few weeks. We had this huge drop. I think some intervention by the central bank, and then this wick, people thought, okay, we're going up. No, we came down again, and then we got the push. So here, don't be afraid. So at this point here, it was very clear that we would go higher and break this. Yeah. is nothing to trade on this pair as of now, at least not on the higher time frames. Just one big mess waiting for the election. So yeah, there was actually the imbalance. Here's a shift. Yeah, so price needs to break below here and then we're good to go. Much lower. And why did price react here? Well, again, another internal level. So another crazy trade. There's the internal level. Needed to break above here to go higher. Let's have a look on the lower time frame. There we go. So there's a push. So we broke this level, came back, then I targeted here the last unmitigated point, and that's the high. Very messy price action here. So price came into the internal level, just barely touched it. Then here, so as you can see, another 1 to 2, and it took around, yeah, just 2 days. But nothing beautiful. Now I had waited for this one quite some time. Huge accumulation for 1 month. Imagine how many people got trapped in this. Also note how we just took out this low. So yeah, big time reversals building here. Like big time. If I had some millions, I would accumulate right around here. So yeah, just looking for a buy. This is the last unmitigated low. And so once we broke above here, there you go. It's not a good ratio, but that's a trade. And you can target this. Alright, so price came in here. And these are your levels. So again, the thing is not the analysis, because it's pretty easy to, you know, to look at these internal levels and then the shift and all that. It's just practice. The hard part is the patience for all of this. So we're in a clear uptrend. There's the internal level. Price has been accumulating for quite some time. Now, should we break above here, we will go up. Very simple. So yeah, let's see if price can actually push above here. That would be nice. So we've actually shifted here. So good opportunity on this trade. So yeah, just missed this beauty. This was actually a very nice opportunity. There we go. Just today. How beautiful. A1 to 2. Like how beautiful is that trade again? There's a shift. Now all of this is low resistance liquidity, and boom, price is going through this like butter. Yep. And then again, like always, it's always the same. Internal level, boom, external. There you go. Are you patient? Nothing here yet. A huge mess. This is crazy actually. I mean, it's ranging for so long. What a shitty pair. Yeah, nothing there. Nothing here right now. This thing actually moved quite good. Oh boy, what a shitty pair. So price will probably potentially get back into here. Only question is when. We don't know. So yeah, should price shift above here, we go up. You get the idea by now. So we're basically done. Nice internal level, now going back up. Pre-election, same thing. Alright, so that's it for today. I hope that helped. I could look at some other cryptos very shortly. So let's have a quick look. Yeah, nothing yet. Here's a nice spot, to be honest. Yeah, I mean price tapped into this weekly imbalance. So yeah, should go higher. So a lot of potential here. Yeah, it's just pre-election stuff. So should we push? It indicates that we could push above here and then we go higher. Alright, that's it for today. Have a nice day and see you around.